Yemen or Libya, one of them, these countries, yeah? I brought my children here because the father from that country. But akhi, it's too much fitna. It's not safe. Should I come back to UK? She wants to come back, it's not safe for her children. Before that, was it safe? She said, yes, it was safe. Even though there was oppressions, no doubt about that. There was transgressions, no doubt about that. But was it safe for children? Was it safe for the people? It was safe. Now what she wants to do, she wants to come back here. And this is the case of many, many people. So when we say no rebel, not because we love the oppressions, Alhamdulillah, I spoke to his friend. What he was doing, when he noticed that I'm explaining to his friend and I'm making sense, where he started doing cutting me. Because his friend Muhammad was listening. And I was explaining to him, look, akhi, the Madkhaliya issue is a kadib awak madakhila. You know, Alhamdulillah, Sheikh Rabi' wrote letters. You know, Sheikh Rabi' wrote not one, many letters to the Muslim leaders, advising them to rule by Sharia. But I don't hear that from them. I told him, Sheikh Rabi' wrote a letter to the Pope, advising to become Muslim. He said, why did he debate him? Who said he has to debate him? And Nabi alayhi salam, when he sent a letter to Herakl, he said, no, not Herakl. Okay, I'm saying I'm not paying attention to it. I can say Umar, you know, he's just, what he's doing, picking to make me look, I don't know the Arabic language. Alhamdulillah, I know Arabic language very well. And what he was doing, anyway, this is a side point. The shahid is, people like Sheikh Rabi'. And I shouldn't get angry. But you know, he was shouting, I was shouting, Ma Allah al-Musta'an. But wallahi, ikhwa, he said he's kafir, you know. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala said, I'm one of the last people to make takfir. Naam, if someone deserves it, you make takfir. But it goes back to whom? It goes back to the ulama. Even they were defending Saddam when he invaded Iraq, Kuwait. He said because historically Kuwait is part of Iraq. So therefore, now if India want to invade Bangladesh or Pakistan, say because it was part of us, everywhere was part of each other. Algeria was part of Morocco, Morocco was part of Algeria. They can start fighting each other? No fam. To show you these guys, they want a Muslim country to be destroyed. Hiding they love Islam and the Muslims, but their main target to see the Muslims shedding blood, killing each other. War is in Britain. War is in Britain. Akhi, subhanallah. It's Allah al-afu al-afiyah. So anyone try to lie against us, he say we defend tyrants. He say come here and let's say, oh Allah, curse Shamsi. I say, curse. Don't ask me a question. I don't want to talk to you. I don't talk to you. Okay, they ask question. Okay. He's not going to answer. He's going to listen.
Sorry.
Yeah. Calm down.
I'm asking you.
You pushed him. Calm down.
No, I didn't push him. I said sorry. Didn't I say sorry?
It's okay.
Yeah,
Calm down. He's my brother.
Are you going to talk my question? هل آل سعود لما خرج على الدولة العثمانية خوارج أم لا؟
Yeah, I speak to you before.
Yeah.
I didn't get nowhere, so I'm not going to speak to you.
I say now he's ignoring my
I'm going to
question.
speak. Yeah, I'm ignoring
Because I'm talking about Al Saud.
No, and now he's out of Saudi now. Did Saudi rebel against Ottoman Empire? Is not. Because why, historically speaking, now Saudi is Najd. Ottoman Empire, firstly, they were known to call Sophia extremism. They were grave worshippers at the end of Ottoman Empire. Thirdly, that part of Najd, since the 2nd century, the 3rd century, no one's pay attention to it, Najd. Because why? There's nothing there. Understand? So now, what happened? Saudis came, took over, okay? And they, alhamdulillah, took over the other countries, the other seas, alhamdulillah. They never rebelled against Ottoman Empire. They never. توحيد والسنة. توحيد والسنة. حفظ الله السعودية. التوحيد والسنة. They have mistakes. But توحيد والسنة. Do you love توحيد السنة? Do you love توحيد السنة?
What is توحيد السنة كهي? I speak Urdu. What is توحيد كهي سنة?
Take care of yourself. لا خلاص.
Because you're not serious. When I ask you, no my question.
Take care of
When I
yourself.
want to reply, you ignore my
You know better than me. You know Arabic better than me. You're more knowledgeable than me. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. خلاص. Wallah, it's no point. It's going to look bad. It's looking bad. It's looking bad. It's looking bad. People are going to watch it. Two Arabs speaking and you're just talking nonsense. No, take care of yourself. I don't want to correct. No, I don't need you. Come to ask question. Anyway, so my brothers and sisters, may Allah bless you all. Yeah, go correct someone else. If they want to come for you, go for you. I'm not here to call people. Don't correct me, I'm okay, alhamdulillah. May Allah. He said you're people of Dalal because you follow me. Look, extremism. Show him his face. Subhanallah.
Are you qawwad? Why you call me qawwad? No, because you're trying to follow me.
My friend, I cannot do it.
Man, because you, come on.
I did it before you never said anything.
Man, that's assault.
This guy insults everyone, you know.
If you do it in public,
I did that.
yeah, that's assault.
That's not assault. That's not assault. That's not assault. He turned around. You know, you're looking very bad. May Allah guide you. And I already said, I do apologize for calling you حمار. Yeah, take care of yourself. Yeah. Yeah, حكومة. Yeah. خوارج ورباط أنقذ علي بن أبي طالب. They had no حكومة. Yeah. Look, play in an emotional way. You know, may Allah preserve the Muslim countries and may Allah guide the Muslim leaders to implement Sharia. You know, but it's better off for Muslim countries to stay like this than to rebel and make it worse. You know, may Allah preserve Dual Khalij, mashallah. May Allah guide their leaders. You don't safety, alhamdulillah. Niqab is open. Everything is open, alhamdulillah. Ulama has been honored, alhamdulillah. May Allah have mercy upon Sheikh bin Baz. May Allah have mercy upon Sheikh Albani, Sheikh Uthaymin, Sheikh Fawzan. Alhamdulillah. You know, may Allah have mercy upon them. Wallahi, look, subhanallah. And what he did, he said everyone's up on dalal. Because they're not listening to him. And I don't know all of them, but they're my brothers in Islam. Wallahi, look at that, you know. Apologize to him. Subhanallah. May Allah protect us, man. May Allah guide us and guide him anyway. MashaAllah. كيفك يا شيخ؟ طيب. Alhamdulillah. Anyway, I've been speaking for long, man. Today, you know, subhanallah. Amin. Barakallahu feekum. Wallahi, ikhwa, my brothers. I have no problem for anyone to come forward. Don't just move your head like you agree with me and you don't agree with me with your heart. If you have any problem, come say, Shamsi, you made mistake here and there, as long as we do it with respect. Because if you're going to start shouting, I shout as well. I'm not going to just blame people, I shout as well. But it's going to look bad online. Muslim fighting and so on, you know. It's going to look. But I have no problem to discuss this matter. With respect and so on. And the guy who's calling me a liar, he called the brother Qawad, snitch, spy, you know. That's why I got angry with him. Even lying. And wallahi wa billahi wa tallahi. It's not my nature to go to someone and say, I'm more knowledgeable than you. It's not, alhamdulillah, it's not my nature. Maybe because if I said it, what I do? I say, astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. Because I'm a human being. I get angry, you know. All of us get angry. A man who said what he said, oh Allah, you are my slave and I am your Lord. That's why he said that. He was so excited. You know what Prophet said? Allah forgive him. I'm a human being, I get angry, and sometimes if I get angry, I say something which is not true. You know, maybe out of anger, and I take it back. If someone corrects me, say, Akhi, like call him a donkey. I shouldn't call him donkey, but I give the example of he doesn't know what he's talking about. Sheikh bin Baz, you know Sheikh bin Baz, before he died, he said, is there any fatwa, ya Sheikh, you want to remove away from your book of fatwa? He said, one of them, me praising Jama'at Tabligh, remove it. Because I didn't know about their hal. He said, what about when you said he's allowed to ask the American to help the Kuwaitis against Saddam? He said, no, keep it there. To meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Imam Shafi'i mentioned that. And the ulama, you know what I was doing? Sometimes I mentioned the hadith, the meaning of it. He goes, no, that's not the hadith. Imam Salaf, they said it's allowed to mention the hadith with the meaning. You don't have to say the word in. So I'm bringing the shahid. So what he was doing, try to make it look bad. Like, alhamdulillah, I know some hadith, I don't know everything. You know, I'm still jahil, I'm still learning, alhamdulillah. But look at this tactic, subhanallah. Look, subhanallah.
Could I just ask God's blessing on you and just call you to the love and mercy of Jesus Christ?
When are you going to become Muslim? When are you going to become Muslim?
I'm going to ask God's blessing on you to convince me.
No,
I don't mean that. I mean that
long time I haven't seen you.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
Likewise. I'm doing well.
How's family?
Well. I'm trying. They're good. I'm trying to avoid, you know, the. You know what I mean?
LGBTQ.
Well, oh yeah, the LGBTQ.
I know.
That's funny.
I know that. You were talking about it last time.
To share with you.
But before that,
Go, yeah,
when are you going to become Muslim?
When am I going to become
Yeah.
Muslim? Well, I found God, mate. I found God. I'm happy. I'm happy where I am. You know what?
Who's
God?
God?
Will convict
Jesus?
me. I'd love to have a long conversation with you.
But you have to go.
I most importantly, I came to ask God's blessing on you.
But which God? Is Jesus or the God of Jesus?
The God Almighty.
Of Jesus?
God Almighty, the maker of heaven and earth.
The God of Jesus?
The God of Jesus. Shall we have a long discussion?
If the God of Jesus, therefore Jesus cannot be God, because God has Jesus has a God.
Can I ask you what you think of this? With the LGBT thing, I know we're laughing and we're joking and the rest of it. I've noticed now there's attraction directed at Islam against Muslims, where the LGBT, the radical rainbow mafia, are now starting to identify you as being the blockage, and there's Muslims who are turning and being twisted by the LGBT message. So rather than me talk religion to you and you talk religion to me, I just want to ask parents, especially the fathers, to be on the ball about the things that are going into their children's minds and into their hearts through social media, through friends, through interaction. Do something to rescue your own children from the fire.
Look, I agree with that.
Rather than come here,
but I agree with that.
Let's do the things of religion.
No, but listen, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. No doubt about that. But firstly, now, imagine now, I save my children, they save their children from LGBTQ. But you die upon this belief, that's not going to save you.
Do you think I might?
You are upon disbelief. You are upon
What,
paganism.
being a Christian?
You've been Christian. You are upon paganism.
yes,
No,
yeah.
the reason I'm being honest because I love
Yeah, no,
goodness
no.
for you.
If
I don't
you
want to
were
be a
any-
hypocrite.
If you were anything less,
Yeah.
God would not be pleased.
Well,
with you.
right. I want you to.
Likewise,
I want
yeah.
good for you.
Yeah,
I want you to
likewise.
worship the same God that Jesus worshipped.
Yes.
Not Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus worship God. Worship God. Because I understand the issue of LGBTQ. No problem. I agree. They're pushing it down too much on people's throats.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Yeah?
Yeah.
But my point here is, sometimes what people do, they forget about themselves and they focus on something else. But we have to start with ourselves first,
I know,
then,
I know,
and then so
I
on. You
know,
know.
I know,
That's
I
my
know,
advice to
I
you,
know.
and this is my gift for you.
Well, thank you.
Prophet
Thank
Muhammad's
you.
biography.
You wouldn't have a small Quran, would you? Little
No,
pocket?
no, it's the brothers
you can't
outside,
get
they have
one,
it.
You can't get one, no.
No, they're outside. They have it.
Okay,
Yeah,
give
they have
it
small.
free,
Yeah,
they give
yeah,
free.
yeah.
Shamsi, rather than have a debate, can I ask you, what's the biggest obstacle to you becoming Christian?
Because it doesn't make any sense.
And what was the biggest thing that doesn't make sense? Just
I can't become a Christian because a Christian
Yeah.
is no way you're telling me God become a baby.
right, become a baby.
Common sense doesn't accept it.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing except, you know, God when He create us, yeah? God is the Almighty. When God create us, He create us with the tools.
Yeah.
Those tools, it goes in line with His revelation. So those tools,
Yeah, yeah.
sound reasoning,
Right, yeah.
natural inclination.
Sure.
Naturally, all of us here we know it is impossible for someone to be perfect all the time
Yes.
and imperfect at the same time. Do you agree with that?
For someone to be perfect
All the time and to be imperfect
to be imperfect
at the same time.
So really, what we're talking about is a
No, do you agree with that?
union. Yes.
No, do you agree with that?
Of course.
Do you agree that it's impossible? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So when Jesus,
if it's the same person, yes.
yeah, but okay, God,
If
Jesus
it's
is God.
two people, then
Jesus
it's
is God.
different. Huh?
Is
Jesus is God. God is dwelling in Jesus Christ.
No, okay, Jesus is God.
See, this is important. Now, I don't want to play semantics because we're too
That's
old
what
to
I'm
be
saying.
doing this.
Thank
But
you
we're
very
too
much. I'm not that
young.
old, by the
No,
way,
but-
sir.
but
I'm young anyway. I don't know about you.
Shamsi, and I know
Yeah.
that. I felt
I've
that
been
when
coming
you were
straight for you
saying- when
since I was young, yeah,
when
but
you
I'm not that
were
old.
saying, If you think of this concept that God is a baby, a fleshy baby who goes to the toilet, who does all the things. You know, when you think of God in those terms, you know, I can understand it. But if we see this, could I just borrow your water? Okay, but if you could see God with His Spirit dwelling in a human being, then it does make sense because
It doesn't.
God can't be defiled if He's existing in this bottle, can He?
Is God bigger than His creation?
Say again, sorry.
Is God bigger than His creation?
Bigger than
Yeah.
His creation? Yes. Of course.
Bigger. So when He was inside the baby's womb, baby's body,
Right, yeah.
if He went inside the baby's body,
Yeah.
He had to change to become smaller than a baby to go inside the baby's body.
But God hasn't any confinements. He
No,
can
no,
be
I'd
a
ask you
smaller-
that. I'd ask
That's
that.
my answer.
When He was inside the baby's body,
Yes.
Mary was bigger than Him,
Of course.
bigger than God.
No, bigger. See, when we're dealing with spiritual and flesh, they're two different things. No, let me explain.
Come on, man,
Because-
this is-
now, am I,
this is semantics now.
again, am I right in thinking, according to the Quran, that God said, "Let it be," and it was? We're talking about the incarnation, Mary, the Virgin
No,
birth.
not incarnation,
The
no
virgin
incarnation,
birth,
no.
the virgin-
Allah
and-
mentioned the Quran. Let me correct you. No, you have to make a mistake.
All right, yeah,
Allah
no,
mentioned the
please
Quran. إن مثل عيسى عند الله كمثل آدم خلقه من تراب ثم قال له كن فيكون. That the similitude with Allah, of Jesus with Allah, is like Adam, created from a dust, and He said be, and he was. So Adam was created by the word, and Jesus created by the word be. But hear me out to me. According to your Bible, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word is God. And then the word became flesh.
Became flesh.
Not entered,
and
became.
dwelt, and
Yeah,
dwelt.
became flesh, became flesh.
No, this is really important. That's why I came here. I
So,
want
so
to
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
so,
that. Yeah.
so became flesh, yeah?
Yeah.
If he became a baby, he became a baby.
Right.
Yes? That doesn't make any sense. You understand?
Became flesh.
Yeah. He became baby then.
Right, did he become a baby?
That's what he said. He became baby. He became flesh.
Okay. Will you bear with me? Because I think this is one of those. When we talk about Jesus being God, I wish Christians would spend more time in trying to explain how could this be, as opposed to just making a statement. This is God, and this is God, and this is God. So you just used a verse, yeah, about how could the word became flesh. You know,
Who's
you don't
there?
want to be looking at these.
Who's there?
You don't want to know, Shamsi. This is a twice convicted rapist who transitioned to a woman and was put in a woman's prison and raped 2 women while he was in prison.
Yeah, let's
so
not go
no,
into
so
the-
no.
Stop.
See, okay, we can talk about the religion side of things. My wrong folder. Because for me, yes, Satan. Because where there's absence of God, there's not a vacuum. The devil gets in. And
But
this is where we are.
the Christianity is not doing nothing.
You say that. I tell you
No,
what,
I tell you,
we're,
lie, man.
they're doing something.
No. We have 4 churches behind my house. All of them closed down. 4 churches.
My church is not. My church.
I didn't say every
I-
church. I said I have 4 churches
Yeah.
behind my house. literally no one is there, empty.
What congregation were they then?
I'm not sure.
Church of England or?
I don't know if Church of England or Church of
You know what,
Ireland,
the Catholic,
but I know.
Yeah, the Catholic Church is big.
Oh,
It's full
Catholic,
of
yeah,
babies.
yeah.
Full of babies.
Huh?
Full of babies.
Full of babies.
Yeah, no, because if
Pedophilia.
a church hasn't got babies, it's dead. It's dying.
Yeah,
It's dying.
Alhamdulillah. Wallah,
It's
come to
dying.
Islam, man. Come to
Okay,
Islam.
yeah. So what we're talking about, we're looking at this verse. I'm glad, you know what, you're a patient man. You're a patient. I've seen
don't
you
know
get
about
angry.
that, man.
No, I've seen the last couple of weeks. Whoa, someone's poking the bear, huh? Not the bear. No, I have. I've seen you being pricked. You've been pricked.
You know,
this
so
man. Yeah, Shamsi. This might help.
Yeah.
All I want
You know
to do.
what? No, I
Yeah,
get angry
know,
sometimes
I know.
anyway.
All I want to try and do is explain what I believe the Christians say, not trying to convince you to believe what I say. Does that make sense? So when we look at the word, and the word became flesh and dwelt among us, we've seen his glory. The Greek for dwelt is tabernacle, literally tent. In the Old Testament, God's presence resided in a tabernacle called the tent of meeting. Here in the New Testament, God is literally dwelling in the human tent of Jesus Christ.
No,
This is what
don't say
Christians
it. No,
believe.
no, wait. Look what it says. Look,
Tabernacle.
No, but look. Tabernacle for what? Which word is it?
Yeah, tabernacle.
For dwelt.
For dwelt.
No,
yeah.
but not for flesh.
No, for
No,
dwelt.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he became flesh, then
And-
the flesh dwelt.
yeah, and the fel-
so
yeah,
he
yeah.
became what?
Yeah, he became flesh.
What is the flesh?
And
What is
dwelt
no,
among
yeah,
us.
I know,
Right.
of course, flesh dwelt among.
Yes.
But he became what?
Right, he became flesh is a term used for
No, what is the
entering
flesh?
into the flesh.
No.
It is.
He became flesh. What does it mean?
Okay,
He became a baby.
he can't. See, this is where we're both in agreement. He can't.
But he said
what-
became a
okay,
baby.
let's-
Then he became flesh.
Shamsi, let me answer.
So
Let's
that
both
sorry.
agree.
No,
me and
sorry.
Shamsi
The
agree.
translation.
We
The
agree.
no.
Translation.
No.
This
You
is-
know what translation became, because you
Right.
said your translation dwelt.
Yes,
This is something
dwelt.
else. No. Dwelt as a baby.
Yes.
This is something else. He's not saying he
Right.
dwelt amongst us straight away. No, he became flesh first.
Yeah.
Then the flesh dwelt and
Okay.
dwelt. Yeah.
Okay,
So
the-
you are
no.
digressing.
No. The statement
Yeah.
is became flesh, and we understand that by the following word, which says dwelt. This is what Christians believe. Christians believe that Jesus Christ dwelt in the man. And can I just read you? Rather than my opinion, I want to give some evidences. So you've got in John 1, 4, 8, 10. Whoever has seen me has seen the Father. Do not believe that I'm the Father and the Father is me. The words I say to you, I do not speak on my own, but the Father who dwells in me does his work.
No, wait. No. Step by step.
Let
no.
me have one.
No,
that's why.
No,
yeah.
step by
Yeah,
step.
go on. Dwelt
So
again.
who dwelt in him? The Father.
Yeah.
But I thought Jesus dwelt in the baby's body, not the Father.
No, the Father dwelt in Jesus' body.
No. Before Jesus became a baby, who was God? There was how many God there was before?
There was only one God. There only
And
ever is one
define them.
God.
The Father.
Yeah.
The Father and
The
who?
Father, the Son.
Okay. Who
Yeah.
became
The
flesh?
Son is the Word, which is an eternal attribute
No,
of
bro.
God.
Who became flesh?
Eh?
Who became flesh?
The Word.
Is that the Father?
That's the Word.
Is that the Father?
That's the Word of
It's
God.
not the-
Before he became flesh. When he
That's-
became flesh, then
Just
he was
make
the
it
Father.
simple for the layman.
I am.
Make it simple for man in Brixton, man them in Brixton, man them in
they're
West
not-
London.
they're not simple,
in
they're
Bush.
clever
Yeah,
guys.
no.
They're not
No. Make it simple for everyone. What's
Okay.
No.
Go on.
Simple.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
Right.
Did the Father become flesh, or the Son became flesh? Who became flesh?
Did the Father become flesh?
Or the Son? Who became flesh?
The Father became flesh and was known as the Son.
I'm asking.
That's the answer.
No.
The Father
That's a heretic belief.
entered into the no. It's
No,
not.
it's, according to the according to
What?
Constantine. No.
Oh dear, I could have strayed
According
into
to,
heresy.
of course, that's what you believe. Is that if you believe the Father and the Son are one, the Father is the Son and Son is the Father, that's a heretic.
No.
Do you believe that?
No, say that again. You're speaking fast.
Do you
slow
believe?
down for
Okay,
me? I
let me
can
slow
suffer
down.
where my-
No problem. Let me slow down. Do you believe
Right.
the Father is the Son and the Son is the Father?
No.
That's it. Why play with words?
No.
Hold on. So therefore,
is the
no, hear me.
Father the Son?
No, hear me
No,
out.
you said is the Father the Son?
Yeah, is it? So who
Right.
became a flesh?
No. The Father.
Who became flesh?
The Son came from the Father.
No, even that.
So I know
Who
semantics,
became
so
flesh?
semantics.
Who became flesh?
The Son.
Who became the Son?
Yeah.
It's not the Father.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we bring in the Father.
But
became.
the Father can't become the Son until he becomes flesh. This is what we're talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we become flesh. Flesh will make you human body.
Okay.
Human
yeah,
body.
Yeah. Look.
That's contradiction. Wallah, you know that deep down.
Shamsi, look.
Wallah, deep
I'm not
down.
trying to
it
sell
doesn't
you.
make any
I'm not
sense.
trying to sell you a
But
false
deep
bill
down
of
doesn't
goods.
make any sense.
But you know what? Then
Good.
we've got the church also confirms that in him the fullness of deity dwells in bodily form. Corinthians 2. The fullness of deity dwells in bodily form. The dwells in Greek.
So the
is
greatest-
kataoika, meaning to inhabit or have an abode.
So the greatest. Remember. So the greatest was God. Do you believe the God is the greatest?
He is. He's
Okay.
fantastic.
According to the Old Testament, what David said or Jacob he said, the heavens and the earth cannot contain you.
Yeah.
Let alone my temple.
Okay.
So that shows us God is greater than the creation.
Oh,
No, wait.
no, you've got a good point.
Yeah, but is God greater than creation?
So what you're saying is God is so great he cannot be contained in an object.
No. Is God greater than his creation?
Because he is. He is
He's
the
greater than
master
creation.
of
All the time, greater than
time,
creation.
space, matter, creation,
No,
everything.
step by step.
I agree with you.
Is God greater than his creation all the time?
Yes.
So when he was inside the baby, who I am big than a baby, greater than a baby, was it the same God who is greater than his creation all the time? If he becomes smaller than his
Okay,
baby?
what you're trying to say is if something is so great, how can it become so small?
Yeah, all the time.
Shamsi, God can do anything.
No. If you
He's not confined. God doesn't have a bodily
No,
form.
let me.
Am I right? Can I just come back to you?
Okay.
God is not confined by time, space, and matter. Agreed?
Now before, let me say.
Yeah. But I'm trying to answer.
I have to answer. I'll ask a question. Firstly, what you just did, you have twisted between what God is and what God does. Because you said God can do everything. Why would no? You have to let me finish.
Anything.
Yeah, no, I'm finished. You said God can do anything.
Yeah.
What we say, God has the attributes which make God. What is God?
Yes.
That's what is God. Does not change whatsoever. For example, because there's a difference between what God is and what God does. God spoke to Moses, he never spoke to me. God spoke to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he never spoke to you. So God, you with me, yeah? God destroyed some nations, but he never destroyed the other ones.
Yeah.
So this God's actions. What we're talking about here, we're talking what God is. What God is does not change his perfection. Meaning that God doesn't go and get his perfection. For example, what God is, God is the greatest all the time. Do you agree with that?
I do.
So if God is the greatest all the time, by definition, it's illogical, irrational paradox for the one who is great all the time to become small.
To come into a small place.
Yeah, it's a paradox.
Okay, well, you know what? This paradox can be resolved.
No.
I'm going to answer your question.
No, I'm here.
All we have is the Ark of the Covenant.
Answer me. You
God, can I just answer?
No, but
please,
please.
I don't want to get you excited. I don't want to get you excited.
You're going to get me excited.
You've got to relax, man. You're probably your dad.
Again. You agree with me. God is the greatest all the time.
I do 100%.
Greater than his creation.
Yes.
By definition, you are negating for God to become smaller than his creation any time. Do you agree with that?
I understand the logic that you're trying to explain to me. I understand it.
No, step by step.
However,
when you say, I have to cut you off. Sorry, I apologize. If we say God is the greatest all the time, who is greater than his creation all the time, by definition, it's impossible who is greater than his creation all the time to become smaller than his creation any time. Do you agree with that?
Why?
Because you already affirm he's the greatest all the time.
But do you agree with me, Shamsi? Can I just say a few things? I don't want to get... See, I know he's had a good day and I'm not going to spoil it for you. We'll finish on this one.
Yeah.
I believe God is the creator of time, space and matter. And time, space and matter have no limitation on God. He is above and beyond, in, out, all over. Time, space and matter. He's the master of it. And as the master of time, space and matter has no barrier for him to want to do whatever he wants. You cannot put a lock and a door.
I'm not asking you that.
My last thing, before I go...
Is God bigger than his creation? That's my question.
Yes.
Is the baby that Mary had, that baby's body, that baby's body,
tiny little
baby. That baby body, that even when he was inside, is God greater than it all the time?
When you mean greater, you mean in size? Is this what we're talking about?
God, that's what exists. That's what exists.
God has no body, you understand?
No, what do you mean by body?
Right, I understand where you're coming from. Shamsi, I think, you correct me. Shamsi is saying, and it makes a lot of sense, God is so huge. How could God, can I just answer Shamsi's question? How could God diminuate himself to the point that he can enter in at the kind of almost like a DNA, really, this is what you're trying to say. How can something so big fit into something so small? Well, the God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, he entered into creation in the Ark of the Covenant.
That's another paradox. Another paradox. No, even paradox. Wait, brother. So forgive me. No, Jews is not proof. Jews believe Jesus was a bastard. Do you accept that?
The Jews believed that
Jesus was a bastard.
Which Jews?
The Jews at that time of Jesus and the Talmud believed that he was a bastard.
My church is completely foundation on Judaism.
No, but I'm saying you can't accept the Jew. Did the
Not
Jews?
all the Jews,
okay.
no, of course.
Okay, so okay. My point here is, look, you are bringing another contradiction. What I'm saying to you,
right?
Jacob said, "Oh God, never contain you, let alone my temple," because when you say God has a body, I don't know what do you mean by body. Because God exists.
I say
No. As a Muslim, we don't negate or affirm. Because we have to ask, what is the meaning of that body? Are you saying God has a body like creation? Maybe. Yeah. Are you saying God?
Let's get
Yeah. Are you saying God has a body like creation? We say no. But if you say God has an essence, God exists because anything exists by itself. He has a body. Everyone has an essence. The word of His Majesty. Essence. The word of His Majesty, we say yes, it has an essence, but we don't use the word body because it has different meaning. Now, if God has an essence, because God exists in a reality, and everything in reality exists has attributes, and those attributes cannot exist by itself. It has to exist in essence.
I understand what you're saying now.
Hear me. So God is the greatest all the time. That His nature. Do you agree that His nature to be the greatest all the time?
Yes.
All
There
the
is
time.
Nothing greater than
So
God.
when He was all the time, when you say that, you agree by default,
I know where you're going.
you agree with me, by default, He's not, it's impossible, who is the great all the time, to become smaller than fetus or a baby's body,
Shamsi, can I
because
ask
that,
you?
God, I guess His nature
Can I
doesn't make any sense.
can
I call you to
can I-
call
can I attempt to answer?
Wallahi, we keep saying it over and over again, and I will finish with this. Allah said in the Quran, look how Allah describes Himself. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Say Allah is the only one, the unique. Allahu Samad, master, self-sufficient. He's not in need of nothing. Everything is in need of Him. لم يلد ولم يولد. He begat not, neither was He begotten. ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. There is nothing like unto Him. There is nothing similar to Him. Man who has PhD in Oxford University can grasp it. A shepherd in his farm can grasp it. Because this attribute of God is the God of everyone. But when you come to definition of your God, you have to literally struggle and wrestle and do boxing and guess you sound reasoning, try to accept it.
Sure. And Shamsi, just before I go again, I'll start where I finished. Ask for God's blessing on Shamsi.
May Allah
here.
guide you to truth.
And what I
Amen.
think we both agree is
Yeah.
God has no limitations. And as a God who has no limitations,
No, I don't agree with that. No.
No.
What do you mean? No, I don't agree with that.
And I invite you to
okay,
Jesus
take care of
Christ.
yourself. Let me define that. When you say God has no limitation, what do you mean in His power and His attributes, or you mean God Himself? Because when you say that, therefore God is mixed with His creation, out His creation. No. Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah always, I'm a Salafi. We always, because we stay away from these philosophical terms. These philosophical terms, we have to say, what do you mean by that? You mean God has no limitation in His power,
No
in His
philosophical
knowledge?
terms.
So
Okay,
what
don't
we
do
say,
that.
so what we say, God has the essence which separate from His creation. That's what we say, and it's the greatest all the time, the biggest all the time. If you say it's the greatest, the biggest all the time, by definition, if He becomes small, He cannot be the same God from His nature to be the greatest all the
I
time.
agree with Shamsi. If God has essence,
خلاص, yeah.
Say
that.
can go. There's no limitation.
Wallahi.
But Shamsi, anyway, God bless you. God bless
take
you.
care.
Take
May Allah
care,
guide you
yeah?
to truth.
And watch those LGBT guys.
Yeah. Allah al-Musta'an. What's the time now? I think it's the Asr time. Allah al-Musta'an. Allah al-Musta'an. Who is the brothers, أخي? Today, عفوا. آمين وإياكم. بارك الله فيكم. جزاكم الله خير. أعزكم الله. بارك الله فيكم. Yeah, أخوة, if you notice this, for the last 3 weeks, I've been focusing on Khawarij. Why I'm doing that, أخوة? Wallahi, we live in, some people say, the reason they rebelled, because you don't live